very excited to be here and talk about entrepreneurship. And this is my title of today, More is More. And I've been thinking lately that this is something how I perceive life or how I live. I have all the time many different projects, and for me it's really difficult to just focus on one thing. That's why I've been involved in so many different projects and many different companies. Some of my friends are actually really horrified when they listen to me because they feel like I have all the time something new going on and they think I can't really focus. But at the moment I think I can focus, and because I'm actually focusing on 3 different things. I'm interested in bloggers or blogging, social media and e-commerce. So everything I do at the moment is based on these 3 different things. So how did it happen? How did I become an entrepreneur? When I was a kid, I always thought that I didn't want to start a company because my father was an entrepreneur, and I was horrified to see how he was doing, especially in the 90s. It was really bad time in Finland, and that's when he started his own business. So I remember that there was conversations at home that we didn't have so much money. So that's when I decided that I never wanted to be an entrepreneur. But I guess it was somehow inside me, the spark. And then I remember that when I started to study in Helsinki School of Economics, one of the teachers asked in one lesson that how many of you have ever thought about becoming an entrepreneur? And then I was thinking that maybe. And when I thought in my head that maybe, I realized that okay, have I really thought about this? Do I really want to be an entrepreneur? And since then I think things a little bit changed. So I started to realize that maybe it's something that I want to do. When I was in HSE, I didn't do any projects, or I didn't have any ideas of starting a company. But then when I went to University of Arts and Design Helsinki in Media Lab, I met Richard. He's in this photo. And we did one project together, and as an end result of the project, we came up with an idea that, hey, let's start a business. And I remember it very clearly. It happened in Kamppi, Johto Cafe. It's a small restaurant there, and it was this kind of moment when I knew that it was something that I had to do. And it sounds a little bit weird, but at the moment I had a feeling that I kind of saw what was going to happen. I knew that if I want to do it, or if I start the company, I have to start presenting in front of other people. I was really scared when I was younger to present or having any presentations. I was always panicking, and that was something that I didn't want to do at all. I was also afraid of cameras and being filmed. So I knew that if I start Zipipop, I will have to learn being in front of camera. So I had to think one night, and then I decided that that's something I'm going to do. I will start Zipipop. I will learn how to speak. I will learn how to be in front of camera, and I will have to learn many other things. And I think the only person who was questioning me at the moment was myself. I wasn't really sure, can I do this? But I think I knew that I can do it, but I just had to start learning. So I had this intuition that I had to do it, and I think everything that I was imagining back then has happened. There have been, of course, many other things that I didn't know. I didn't know that I would be involved in Indie Days and in other companies. But Zipipop was born in 2007, and this is the day when we founded the company. And I was so happy that day. I felt like so excited, and I was like, this is my life is starting all over again. And it's kind of funny when I see this photo, because it felt like a big thing when I signed the papers the first time. Because I started a new company a couple of weeks ago, and the feeling wasn't like this. I just went there like I had to get rid of this paperwork and give me the new company name, and so the first time is always really special. that's why we took all this. We took many photos, and I think we even like filmed some parts of the day. Yeah. Well, what happened then? At Zipipop first we were developing products, but the business changed. So in 2009 we started to do more client work, and at the moment we're doing client work. We are basically consulting companies like Valio, Kia Motors Finland, and then some global companies that I can't tell. But Indie Days was born in 2010, I think, and that idea came because I was then writing my own blog, and I was seeing these patterns that there were many different independent bloggers, and they didn't really know how to make money out of their blogs, and the whole scene was kind of spread all over the place. So then I talked with Esa Suurio, who is now the CEO of Indie Days, and I told him that, hey, you should do something like this. Esa was at the time looking for new things to do. He's an investor. And then we started to develop the idea, and then Indie Days was actually born, I think, maybe 4 months later when we started the discussions. And at the moment it's the biggest Finnish online media for women. We have 300,000 unique visitors per month. What happened then? I graduated from Helsinki School of Economics. That was, by the way, really difficult. It was really difficult to graduate and do your thesis at the same time when you were running a business. And that's why my thesis is really crappy. I hope nobody will read it. It's a disaster. And then what I'm now doing in Media Lab is that I'm actually doing my thesis. So I'm now doing thesis again, which is a little bit crazy. And then I started to study to become a health coach. That happened 1.5 years ago. I have now graduated. I graduated on last January. And why I did that was that I'm always really curious and about different things, and I want to learn. And when I started to study health coaching things, I didn't think that I would do any business related to that area, at least not at the moment, because it's not in my three things that I'm interested in at the moment, but maybe in the future. And of course it has changed my life. I eat totally differently. I've lost a lot of weight. Plus, for example, I mainly eat organic food at the moment. And yeah, I told you that I started the new company, so I started a company called Hello Helene. And why I wasn't so excited about it was that I'm the only owner there. So basically, how I describe my new company is that it's kind of like a joke because I don't see it as a normal company. I get some work through that, but it's not really like anything like Zipipop or Indie Days. It's never going to be any big company. So it's kind of like a joke for me. And then I'm doing my thesis project. It's called Style Loving. And it's also going to be a company. So it's a new startup for women and online shopping. And at the moment I have a couple of Polish coders, and then I have hired 4 different people. So I'm also running that project at the moment. And then what happens in the future? I have now a band. We call it a home band with my boyfriend. And then I'm writing a book. It's a sci-fi book, so it's my hobby. It will be published after 10 years. And then one thing that I've been thinking lately is that I'm interested in also at some point importing some things to Finland, but I haven't decided yet what it is. Maybe something from India. I love India at the moment. I was asked to tell some of the challenges that I've had during these years. I definitely think that one of the biggest challenges for me has been this uncertainty. Every day is so different. There can be good moments and bad moments. You can get a phone call that can change almost everything. And for me it was really difficult because as a person, I like to have a control over many different things, and this uncertainty was also something that I've had to learn. And one of the key things is that you have to find the right people. For example, this Style Loving project, I've been doing it 2 years, but I couldn't find developers before. So now I could move on when I found the developers, but it really took a long time. And then of course money. When you start a new business, you usually don't have that much money. If I think of Style Loving, well, in Zipipop we had like zero money. We were basically funding the company in the beginning because we were students and we were getting like student money. So we didn't get any money. And with Indie Days, all the founders put some money into the company, so it had some money then, but basically, and it became profitable almost immediately. With Style Loving, also one reason why I'm doing it now is that it got also funding. So I have people that I have money to hire people for that project. But money is always a question. And it's we got some funding from Audiovisuaalisen kulttuurin edistämiskeskus, AVE. I don't know what it is in English, but we got something maybe 15,000 to 20,000 euros, and I think we got it quite easily. Then of course Tekes is a place where we've been getting some money. But with this Style Loving, we got it from Aalto University, ACE. And what has helped me? Okay, great people, of course. One thing that I hope you will do if you start a company is that you will really look into the people that you will work with, because if you have a feeling that you can't work with a person, I don't think you will be able to work with the person. So you have to have a good feeling about the people. And I've been really very happy to work with these excellent people. Then I think school has helped me. I remember that a couple of years ago I was saying that Helsinki School of Economics didn't help me at all, and I was saying that TAIT was much better for me. But I think schools have helped me because I met many of the people that I'm now working with. So it was mainly about networking, but of course some basic stuff, like when I was studying marketing and now I work with marketing, I learned many of the things in school. But I think I've learned the most when I've been actually doing stuff. Then I think it's some of my personality traits that has helped me. One is curiosity. I always want to learn. And I think also this attitude that I want more. All the time I'm not happy where I am. I'm always thinking like what's happening next. So if I think of Zipipop, I'm already thinking what's happening in the next autumn. And I always want to go to the next things. In Style Loving, I can't wait to see the product, that it's online. And in Indie Days, I'm also looking already in the future. And I'm also a perfectionist. I was thinking that it was a little bit bad before, but our chairman of the board is Markku Silen, who used to be the CEO in Accenture. And he said to me that that's actually a really good thing. Because if you always want to deliver the best results, you end up doing great things. And then I think since the beginning, I've always thought that I want to make a change. I want to make a difference, and it's always driving me forward. Then this is the last question. I was asked that is it different to be a woman entrepreneur? And I don't think it is, but I remember when I started Zipipop, I was really looking into role models for me, and at that time I couldn't find any. I didn't find any in the same industry that I could have looked at and in Finland. And then I decided that one day, if I could be a role model to someone, I would love to do that and try to get other people also to become entrepreneurs. And that's also one reason why I'm doing these kind of entrepreneur events. I think the biggest person who was or who was thinking that does it matter that I'm a woman was myself. I remember that I was thinking that can I be a woman, well, what will people say if I'm a woman CEO in IT business? But nobody has ever said anything negative about it, and I think it has been only a positive thing. And especially now if I think of Indie Days, it's a service that women love. Almost all the users are women. Style Loving is targeted for women. So I'm involved in many projects that are aimed for women, and I think it's definitely then a positive thing. But otherwise I don't see it as it doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man, basically. I'm happy to answer any questions. questions that you might have. You can ask whatever you want. I don't promise to answer all the questions.